Sometimes you'll end up loving a TV show so much that you'll become afraid of what may happen next.
All right. So,
Okay, there we go.
yeah, what a great tease. Now, before I start, let's actually go back to the beginning. Gabby, so where did you first become acquainted with Star versus the Forces of Evil?
How, like, straight up, like when it was barely starting to air?
Yeah, like first time you heard of it, doesn't matter.
Actually, I had just finished watching. I think I would finish catching up with Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
I think so, or somewhere around that time. And I was going through the website that I caught up on that with, and I was like, I don't have anything to watch. There's no new episodes, so I keep scrolling through with the things that had come out that day, and I find that there were 3 episodes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea where it was from. I hadn't even heard of it. I just saw the picture of a blonde-haired little girl with a wand and a princess dress. I'm like, I'm over princesses, but I'm gonna watch this anyway. 3 episodes later, and I was hooked. Right from then there, I kept track with the whole show from start to finish.
So this was when it first came out, basically.
Yeah, it was like 2, 3 episodes in, more or less.
Yeah. As for me, I remember you and Steven were talking about the show on Facebook. I was like, what? Star versus the Force? I don't think I responded. I was just like, what is that?
Yeah, just looking at it.
Yeah. I didn't even look at it. I just saw the name and I was just like, what is that?
I remember Steven, right after one of our our hangouts where we go and we watch like our artsy movies. You know the one where he showed us Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Like a few days later, he comes messaging me and he's like, "Guess what I'm watching?" And
it's kind of girly, but yeah, I remember him saying something like that.
Yeah, and the thing is, I flipped out because I didn't even think either of you guys would have even ever heard of it. I hadn't even really heard of it until I was just roaming through the internet.
It's so weird. I mean, like, what? I just heard of it because you two were watching it. Yeah, but yeah, it was through one of our other hangouts. I forgot which one, but was it the Tarantino one? I remember it was getting late and...
I don't remember.
Yeah, and he was
I just remembered fan fiction.
Fan fiction.
He was talking to me about all this fan fiction stuff to him.
And yeah, and you guys start showing me, and quite literally from the second when I saw who Star's character was, this like bubbly but not annoying but still really likable character that likes to fight monsters, for some reason I was just like, I remember shouting, where has this show been all my life? Like,
that is the exact thought I had the moment I started watching the show myself. Because even as a little kid, I was a huge fan of all like the magical girl concept. I mean, I was the one babbling about Sailor Moon at the age of 5, Powerpuff Girls, all that stuff. But none of them really ever got to the level that Star has, where, she's just this, like, amalgamation of, like, girliness
Mm-hmm.
and like tough as nails grit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you get that those two just mix so well. You're like, what the heck? How come we did not have this as a child?
I
I
know.
would have
Now
loved
it's
it.
it's weird because like as a kid I had no interest in like the magical girl like such. Powerpuff Girls was like the one, but that's it. But it's like something like Sailor Moon, which I know Darren FC was a huge fan and that's what inspired Star, but I can't sit through 2 seconds of Sailor Moon. I'm sorry.
The disappointment for me with Sailor Moon became when I realized just how much of like a
Formula.
just kind of like a vegetable Usagi is. I'm like, wait, you don't actually really do much, do you? It's all the other Sailor Scouts. I mean, you have those moments like in the finales and whatnot where she's like forced to pretty much do stuff mainly because because she's the last one standing, but like for the most part she's like I don't want to fight, which is like
Yeah.
I don't like fighting either, but still kind of like, come on, you have a
Yes,
superhero
you have the
character.
power. Here, use
Do
them.
it.
Come on.
Just,
Yeah.
you don't.
I mean,
no use
it's
kind.
really weird. Like, to this day, I don't know how to describe why do I like this show. Because, like, I post about this show. Like, I'll admit I post too much about Star, but it's like, I have to wonder, like, because, like, 99% of, like, at least my Facebook friends have never even heard of this show. So it's like, where did this thing about a magical princess, like, come from? You know what I mean? So, it's really weird.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's actually, for me, it's got everything I could want. Like, yes, it has like really fun episodes, but it's like when it gets serious, it's just like, oh good lord, it's like
I remember the first finale for the first season. I was left in shock, like straight up shock when I saw it. And you can even ask Steven just how much of a shock I was at, because I tried telling him, it's like, I was just like, how the heck do you get this bubbly, kind of just like everything's awesome type kid to go from that to just completely like emotionally dead in seconds? And you're like,
it somehow has that ability. Like, it's part of why I often say I like Star to a point where I almost like it too much, where I almost don't want to know what happens. It's like going on a roller coaster where it's like, you're scared, yes, but it's like, the thrill of like going up, down, and sideways and all swirls. It's a ton of fun, I mean,
roller coaster of emotions.
And just, yeah, I mean, it literally has pretty much everything I could want in, like, I guess, as far as a magical girl show. I mean, just, yeah, I mean, but,
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Before I keep going, before I start talking like JD Kinto going, yes. But, like, we're not here. We're talking about the Comic-Con trailer. And,
woohoo! Yeah, I'm not sure I actually. I probably might need to stop to watch it properly. I saw, like I said, the clip, with the dance.
that is the trailer.
That is? That's all of it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay, never mind then.
So yeah, full disclosure, we've both seen it. I tried to film a trailer reaction to it, but the footage got damaged, so we're here to basically talk about this. So it's like, yeah. Do you think we should kind of tell people why? Because it's like, it's weird. When I saw like the picture, the preview, and it's starring Tom dancing, and I was in the Grand Canyon, I was traveling, and I'm just like, I was just pissed off, and like,
I imagine you just like fighting your urge to punch your phone.
You're right. And like, look, to be like real for a second, like to our audience, like, if you like the ship Jarko, Starko, Mackie, Tomko, doesn't matter. If you like the ship anything outside Star, great. You know, it's
Good
life forms
for
opinion.
you.
Good for you. Okay, we're cool with that. You know, we're not making this video to say ship Starco right now. Ship it. You know, because yeah, basically at the end, they're cartoon characters. You know, it's not like Darren FC's going to pass a law where we all have to live underground for the rest of our lives.
We all have our preferences. We all have different ways of enjoying shows. There's no fault there, and no need for internet trolls.
Even, it's not canon. No, you gotta do it canon.
Yeah, but
nothing like that.
Yeah, please. You can, if you like it, go ahead and ship it. Okay, just don't attack people that like to ship something.
Please, we don't want a Steven Universe situation here.
Oh, hell no, please.
Please, if anything.
But I think we should kind of talk about why is it like people might be like against, like, oh, Star and Tom dancing. No. The reason is because, Star and Tom, they're an ex-couple. Star used to date Tom. But as you can imagine, Tom being the demon prince of the underworld, according to, if you read the book, Star's Guide to Mastering Every Dimension, the obvious reason is because Tom's anger issues were just too much. And as Star put it...
yeah, that's like apparent straight up from when we're introduced to the character.
Yeah, and it's...
it's just kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, even like Star says in the book, she doesn't know if she found Tom hot because he was attractive, or is it because of the fire around him? So, yeah.
But
so it's like the perfect hook coming off of Battlefield Muni, which we're gonna try not to spoil Battle for Muni. Okay, I hate it when I get spoiled too. So, yeah. So
we'll just say it was glorious.
Yeah, it had its flaws, but it was still like great, and the ending was breathtaking. Okay, so yeah.
Yes. Okay.
What was it going to say? So it's like the perfect thing to go from, like, we're all scared now that, okay, now I'm gonna spoilers Battle for Muni. Eclipsa is now the bad guy. So it's like it's like we're going from being scared of, oh god, what is Eclipsa capable of, to, dang it, Tom, why are you back now? You're dancing with Star. What are you doing? So
yeah, it's just kind of like, even like coming from Eclipsa, like I didn't even know what to think of her, because it's like I just like, you don't look that, you just want a candy bar. Okay.
That's her trickery. Like, I know everybody, if you go on Instagram, people make fun of her obsession with chocolate, but it's like, yeah, we're not gonna, but it's like, for me.
I remember saying, like, between the three of us, with our friend Steven, it's like, I'm just ready to probably, like, maybe have my hopes broken, because I really want Eclipsa to be, like, this really cool character that we get to know as one of the good guys at one point, but I'm just like, nope, I'm ready for all my expectations to be shattered and just flip a lid and just go all out like evil.
It would be interesting. I mean, it could be kind of cool if they did a thing where it's like she starts off bad, but over time she becomes good. But
I mean, that's what I loved about, for example, Peridot and Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just such a switch, and even with Peridot, like, we weren't expecting that. And I came to love Peridot, and she was so
I used to really, like, full disclosure, I used to not be able to stand Peridot. It's like every time she was going, she was just like, yeah, get her, come on, Crystal Gems. And now it's like, now she's good, it's like, now she's like a really, likable character in my eyes.
She's like a small little slice of angry pie.
Yeah, I still remember when they took the boots off, and it's like, you're so small. But yeah, we're getting sidetracked. So.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
So yeah, let's get into the trailer for again. We've seen it, so no surprise.
I didn't know what to think of it. I was like, okay, Tom's back. Tom's been like doing what now this whole time, and now all of a sudden we're gonna have him back. He's been like in his own place, just like sitting on a chair,
playing video games,
teenager stuff,
but
playing video games.
Yeah, so
I mean,
All right.
even have an opportunity to kind of like get into an adventure. Because Marco goes all the way to talk with him and stuff, and he's just like, okay, good luck, man. Sorry.
But
I'm
yeah,
like, what? This character that we have so much potential with.
exactly.
He's just gonna sit there. What? Nepsy, what is this?
I probably should
I
have
must
told
know
her.
what your plans are.
Well,
Enlighten me.
you know they can't do that, so.
I know. We're gonna just have to wait and see. Dun dun dun.
But yeah, admittedly, yeah, because like even though I'm in the Blood Moon Marco getup, like I don't have an issue with Thomas character. When he's chill, he can actually be pretty likable.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like he's like the guy you want to go to his house, just like eat couch potato with.
I don't know if I
That's
can
what
go
I
there,
think.
but I'm just like you're a cool guy, but it's just when you're pissed off, we should probably avoid at all costs, basically.
Oh well, yeah. That's one of the cool things, at least. Like, yeah. I mean, he definitely seems like the kind of person you don't want to get mad
hmm
for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, and especially like I'm a guy who's dealt with some pretty angry people in the past. Just from that experience, well, even if you don't have the experience, it's easy to see why Star broke up with him.
Oh yeah.
So-
I mean, straight up from the episode that you saw, where he's first introduced, you know right off the bat, this isn't a person you can have a healthy relationship.
Yeah,
You can, that kind of person you could just tell just by looking at him. You're like, oh yeah, no good.
hmm and I'm just gonna say it. Like some may say, oh well, like he set up the Blood Moon Ball to like really please Star. I'm just like, there's a difference between trying to get somebody to like it, and then being just desperate. Because like even like remember the demons in the place were like, ugh, this is so boring. What are you doing, Tom?
And here's the other thing. Just because a person will go out of their way to do something that you like,
hmm
not necessarily mean they have your best interest in mind.
Right.
They can still have their own plans, their own agenda, and be like, I'm going to use this to get this person on my agenda with me. Which obviously is what Tom was doing. He wasn't just, trying to please her just because he felt bad for her or thought that she actually deserved any of that. It was because he knew that was the best way he was going to get on Star's good side and possibly get her to do what he wanted. Now this happens in real life, guys, so it's a good thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And one of the main ways that I was able to tell that, this guy is just not good for a healthy relationship. Not good. No question why Star decided to.
Yeah, you can please a person, but it's like if you still have issues, those issues are just gonna,
Issues are gonna
burn.
be-
They're just gonna burn in your eyes.
They're going to be there and they're not going to go away.
Right. So, yeah. So again, we're not saying oh screw Tom, he's horrible, but it's just like
no. That's the other thing. Just because a person has issues does not make them a bad person.
Right.
And obviously, I don't think a lot of people consider Tom a bad person.
Right. It's like I mean, did we forget Toffee?
Not to mention that he has no straight up intentions in doing what he does.
Right.
That's just him giving into his emotions and the issues that he has, not necessarily something that he's outright doing for the sake of, hurting or anything, which makes a good difference. It's like how, for example, now we have Ludo, who's, had his sort of redemption along.
We're diving back into spoiler territory, aren't
I'm
we?
sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
But yeah, with those two, you're kind of like, okay, they didn't necessarily have bad intentions, but they just didn't know how to go about their intentions or to make peace with them. Because, like, for example, Ludo, his main issue being, like, he wants to be recognized as someone important, someone good, someone powerful.
Right. Because
looked
he's
up to.
always been treated like sort of the runt of the litter, if you will, in his family.
And what's he gonna do? He's gonna try to get something that's of power. Now, he thinks that he's going to do a great job, and then he's going to do a lot of good, and, you know, people are gonna love him.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously his
Nope.
personality doesn't let him do that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we have to keep in mind, he wants to do good with this. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He's not a straight up villain who wants to, like, kill people.
Right,
He
not
does
kill
that
people.
out of impulse,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, you could say. And Tom is definitely there with the impulse, especially since, you know, the whole thing with his anger issues. He may not even want to hurt someone, but the fact
Hell
that,
no, I don't think
you know,
he wants to
that
hurt her.
that when he gets upset, he loses control. You know, he's inevitably going to hurt someone if he's not careful.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what happens, and, you know, Star sees that, and she's like, dang, you cool, but no, I don't want to get hurt.
Right. So.
Perfectly understandable.
Mm-hmm. Did you see? I sent you the link on Facebook.
I just took a look at it. I haven't. Oh snap! I didn't pull it up. Just because, you know, we were in the middle of a conversation. But I have it right here. I will click the link.
I do kind of have to wonder. I know, like, Ludo doesn't want. He doesn't want to, like, you know, obviously cause genocide. But it's like,
Oh, heck
what
no.
got you? What kind of set you on the path of, like, he wants to do good? Because I mainly saw Ludo as, like, he's kind of full of himself. He, you know, understandably, because, you know, his dad didn't really look on him.
Well, yeah, like, just like seeing his interactions with Glossaryx,
Mm-hmm.
mainly. When you look at that, it's like, hold on. He wants somebody to be happy about what he's doing. Okay, which is not really something that you got to see over the first 2 seasons, because he was like, I want to have power. I need power.
Mhm.
Like, give me that wand. And now
Mhm.
that you see why he wants the wand, you're like, oh, jeez. He's just going about it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and even how, like, you get to see his dad, he was like, yeah, it's a disappointment. Couldn't two shirts barely come out in the family photo. I'm like, shoot, no wonder he has the personality he's got.
Mhm.
Nobody's really been there to really talk things through with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have somebody to talk things through with. You know, things mess with you. And I guess that's what happened with Ludo.
Yeah.
And seeing how, like, at the end, he was all like, wait, now I can go back to being a love, you know, ruler of Muni. And Star's just there, like, sure. Like, it's that person you don't want to offend because they have good intentions, but they just shouldn't be doing what they want to do.
Mm. Yeah.
You know?
We're
Or
really
at least
getting.
they need to learn a better way of doing it.
Mhm. Yeah. God, we're really getting sidetracked with food. What were we talking about? The Star and Tom dance.
Yes,
Did you open it?
I did.
Okay.
Then
So I
what?
just paused it. Like, you know, I'm at the zero mark.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna go through, we're gonna watch it?
Yep. Straightforward.
Okay.
And then I'll back up and talk about bits. So yeah, I think we'll just go with that. All right.
Okay.
So ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Tom, may I have this dance?
I'd be delighted.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually kind of cute to watch.
It is! Like, how is it not?
Why didn't Marco do that to Plebin Paul? Like, lift her up.
Because reasons.
This is actually the first time we are seeing Star in heels, right?
I want to say yes.
Dude, you're setting the place on fire.
But it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Look
okay.
at that.
Okay, that.
Look at that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Oh, look at the King River. Oh. Yay.
Star, we should probably stop dancing.
Oh, yeah. And this concludes the Silver Bell Ball.
Yay.
No! Crying.
Waving tears.
Oh. It's tears of molten lava.
So yeah, but yeah, going back, honestly, Star and Tom look kind of cute together. I mean, I'm pausing at a frame where they're pissed, but let's pause here. But yeah, one of the first questions this brought up to me, Gabby,
Yes?
is when does this take place? Because my initial thought when I saw that picture, the preview photo, I first thought, is that Star when she's younger, or what do you think?
I do not think that. I mean, we see Marco there.
What? Where?
I thought I saw Marco with King River.
Where?
Yeah. Where that?
Admittedly, the inner shipper in me.
Yeah, right there. He's. Oh snap! That's not Marco.
No.
Shoot. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I saw red. And I saw my eyes.
But-
I have no glasses on right now.
Hmm.
But I could have sworn we saw him. Okay, then. You know what? That brings up another point then.
Yeah. Were you able to see the trailer though? What?
What?
What? You saw him?
No.
But
My
yeah,
eyes are
I mean,
playing
because
tricks
it's like,
Okay. I need a. Oh, I hate when this happens. Okay.
existential
Anyway,
crisis.
I'm gonna have to take that back. Okay. I don't know. I always imagined it as something like, kind of like. That's why they were even like upset with each other when they first met. Kind of like, they're kind of just like snooty
Yeah.
towards each other because it's like, like they have a history and they, they're still not comfortable with it.
One could argue, though, like, I was thinking maybe this takes place at, like, in the twilight days of their, relationship. Like, they're going down that, they're starting to really not like each other. They have their moments, but it's like, it's not gonna,
Well, I don't know. I mean, for me, I feel like with their relationship, it would have been more kind of like they really did always have good intentions with each other and then never really
Yeah.
had kind of like remorse. But then afterwards, when everything's done, they come back. That's when I feel like stuff like that would start to happen. Which is why I initially thought this was like straight up.
the present.
Yeah. But dang. Got me thinking there. I guess it might be. Possibly.
I don't know. I guess it just comes from me because I've always wanted an episode where, they talk about what happened. You know what I mean?
It is definitely something very interesting.
Because I don't know. But what if this is set in the present? Can you see Star and Tom? Like, because when I think of Star and Tom getting back together, all I can think in my head is Star, please. Not that I'm saying, get with Marco, get with Marco. I'm just thinking, Tom.
Well, see, here's the thing. I imagine this in the present. Not necessarily implying anything having to do with them getting back together. Because honestly, I cannot see Star wanting to or agreeing to
Yeah,
get
no,
back with
no.
him. But with relationships like that, I feel like one of the things that happens is that neither of the people really want to go away from each other. They both still really enjoy each other's company, even if it's
I have something to say. That's how I feel a lot when I have my crushes. Like, I have not dated like up to this point, but I'll admit I've had my high school and middle school crushes, and even when I try to get over them, it's just like I still have feeling. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I guess it's a similar feeling, but I actually was in a similar position recently. I had to straight up get away from the person. Not they weren't any danger to me necessarily or anything like that, but things just were not okay between us, and we weren't ever really, I guess you could say kind of like mean against each other. We never had that thought of like, I want them out of my life. I don't want to hear anything about them. I never had that.
Right.
For the most part, the other person didn't. But ultimately, there was this sense of, things are just going to get worse. Neither of us wants that to happen, and neither of us really wants the other person to have to go through anything. So either you can call it just having some space, or kind of like just something that has to happen. But that feeling that you have of like the relationship, why you were in it in the first place, and remembering why it was you had put up with the problems that had come up, even if they were really bad problems, for as long as you did, that never goes away. And the moment you have that back just for a second, I'm pretty sure you can't help but get lost in it.
Right.
So that's what I thought was going on here. I'm like,
Exactly.
She got kind of like pulled back in just for that moment, but definitely not like up to the extent where one would be like, oh, okay, we'll get back together.
Yeah, no. I think you summed it up really well, what this is. It kind of brought some light into like my own issues. I
can also see this how you say though, as kind of like maybe that their two different kingdoms have some sort of like small beef where they're just kind of like, oh, I'm better than you, oh, I'm better than you. So they look at each other and they're like, okay, we're not supposed to be cool, so we're not cool. But we'll dance because that's what they want us to do. And,
according to that Guide to Mastering Dimensions, it turns out the Lucidors, Tom family, and the Butterflies, they have a good relationship. Like, they're good. They're on good terms. So
okay. Well, that's out the window then. That is out the window.
So yeah.
They would have even less of an explanation as to how they would be having that as far as this movie.
I think it's just between Star and Tom. It's not necessarily like their families. It's like Romeo and Juliet. That let's go duke it out. But
or maybe it was something that was kind of like pushed on them where they didn't really.
Yes, that's what Star said. She said that because she and Tom are royalty, there's a lot of pressure for them to get together.
Okay, that's another thing then. We could possibly keep that in mind. And knowing Star, the moment that she has any pressure to kind of like choose a specific person that's picked out for her to get together, she ain't gonna take it. She ain't gonna take it.
Even like, she has a crush on Marco and she's not like full on, please get with me, Marco. You can tell like she's conflicted.
She doesn't like to be kind of like pushed into like, just to go into something. She likes, just figuring out how things work on their own.
Exactly.
Which is something I could definitely relate with. I don't.
She even said so herself in the book. I kind of just like to go on my own pace, basically.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So I can see that being something too. So it's not completely out of the water then. Not out of the picture. Yeah.
But yeah, I could definitely see it going either way. But
I'm excited to see which one it is.
Yeah, and that I guess that's just the fun of being a Star fan is we can speculate, and that's why they didn't tell us. It's so weird. It still just strikes me weird. It's like we're all scared for a battle community, but it's like the Star fan is blindsided by Eclipsa, and then did you forget? Tom and Star were together, and the fan base just went crap. So.
It's still, I mean, you gotta admit, it's something that's becoming more and more prominent in the show.
Yeah.
The whole deal with, like, what's the drama between Star and the guys in her life, and
I kind of feel it kind of feels slimy to me because it feels like, they're doing this because the fan base really likes it. But at the same time, you know, it is an interesting thing to look into, you know?
It is. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
Darren
like,
Nevsky
looking
did.
looking at the shows that she has is a kind of like an inspiration. That's usually a part of it too. Like you have the whole thing with Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon. You
I
know.
still say, when I see, like, Star and Marco dance at the Blood Moon Ball, I see Sailor Moon in Tuxedo Mask.
No.
And you know what's the weird thing, though? Like, my former multimedia manager, like, she knows, like, I'm really into Star, and, like, I knew she cosplayed as Sailor Jupiter once. So, like, I showed her, because I have, you know, the scene where Star and Marco dance, you know, on my laptop, and I tried to ask her, do you see Sailor Moon characters? And she was like, what? It's like, it's Tuxedo Man! It's Sailor Moon! And it's an illusion. And so, yeah.
And she's like, what? No, I think you should show her that purpled hair lady with the long.
Purple
Yeah,
hair.
with the helmet. And, yeah,
Who?
the idol. I forget her name. I'm so bad with her name.
What episode? What did she do?
There's the one where she's like, she comes out in 2. She came out in she was in Battle of Muni at one point when
Mina?
Moon was. Yeah.
Yeah, Mina's a, you know, clear.
Yeah.
Even the way they
she's got
introduced
straight
her.
up meatball head right there.
Mhm.
You got straight up meatball
Yeah.
head.
Which I just realized, you know, when I first heard people use the term meatball head, I was like, I don't get it. And then it's like, I look like somebody did a fan drawing of Star with the Sailor Moon hair stuff, and it was just like, somebody said meatball head, and I'm just like, oh, so it's not just a stupid
Click.
name. So,
It clicked.
not saying Star's a meatball head. I know she has issues with meatballs.
Well, that's what Tuxedo Mask calls her.
I know.
And he just won't leave it up. And she's like, dang it! Okay then, you freaking meatball head. You happy?
Mhm.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, so I think we covered as much as we could with
I think even more.
yeah. So
We went all over the place as per usual.
but I think that really helps out because I actually tried to film this discussion myself and I just didn't feel like I, you know, covered enough. So yeah, so
Yeah.
thanks Gabby for coming
Got
on.
it. Thank you for having me.
Mhm.
I love coming on here. You know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah,
So-
please like and subscribe for more turtle reactions and pop culture discussions, and we'll see you next time.